So let's get down to the beans, the baked beans on toast. Let's get going, digging deep to what is going on in the reality of the car scene right now. So here we are again, making another video again about our delightful police force. So I'm going to show you a video now, which is these friendly guys. See how they like it when we hold a camera on them, shall we? He's got his, look, he's erected his camera. Come on. Hello. How are you?
You alright?
Not bad. Just seeing how you guys like it when you're recorded as well. It's fine. How you doing? Alright?
Yeah, alright.
Am I organising? No. No.
We haven't got an issue
Yeah.
with the car links, okay?
Yeah.
It's just when it all kicks off and you've got the donuts.
Yeah, I
select
understand that.
few that
Yeah.
are
We
in it for
have
the
to do our
majority.
job
Yeah.
and monitor it. So
I get
mixing
that.
up and looking at each other's cars,
Yeah.
no issue with it.
Yeah.
But we have to be here because it's certain people and individuals that ruin it for the rest of you.
Yeah, no, I understand that, yeah. What's with all the reg taking?
So, in case we get problems later on in the evening, we can then identify which cars have been doing it.
Okay.
You know, we get
Obviously,
people who are driving.
Yeah.
We can, if there's any traffic offences,
Yeah.
we can then gather the evidence and let's do it.
Yeah.
Later day.
But obviously we're not all going to be tarnished with the same brush just because we're all
Of course
here
not, and
as
we're not
affected.
targeting everyone with the same
Okay.
brush.
Okay.
Not at all.
Standard, you know, information holding applies to everything.
Yeah.
And you know, so it's for
Yeah, fair enough.
in case there's anything later on,
Yeah.
and we can prosecute.
Yeah, understandable. I was going to say mine are X a little bit, but it's nothing like that though. So I am sick and tired as a car enthusiast of being harassed, targeted, and my evenings affected negatively by the police being there. Now, there's a fine line between the police doing their job and the police abusing their powers. Now, we seem to see this quite often as car enthusiasts. Now, as you've just seen in that clip, those officers are there with that van and they're taking down every reg of vehicle that is in that location. Now, where they were sat was adjacent to the car park over there. Now, in the car park, it was so many cars, everyone was either driving very slow or parked up. There was not one bit of antisocial banging of exhausts, drifting, skidding, burnouts, etc. Nothing at all. Now, here's the thing. The woman says in the video, yeah, we're not being tarnished with the same brush. Now, we've had this before when we've all gone to a meet. I've been up in London, I've been sent stupid letters through the post, which is just an absolute waste of police's time. But she said that we're not all going to be tarnished with the same brush. Well, I actually asked a question and she implied that was the case. Now, I'm not being funny, but it's okay to have the van down there and to catch people, you know, doing things illegal. I don't know, dealing drugs, drifting, all that sort of thing. You know, we all love drifting, we all enjoy it, but we know the people that do it are obviously having risks they're taking and they know completely about that. So, you know, fair enough catching people drifting and racing and things like that, fair enough. Now, the first thing that pisses me off about it all is that they sent the letters out to a majority of people that went to that event, as well as the rest of those police that, you know, we're only targeting the offenders. No, you're not. You to chatting shit. And I'll sit here and say to them right now that it's a joke. It's a joke. You targeted a whole community just because we're all car enthusiasts. And because there are a few people that do want to do drifts and do want to do illegal stuff, you think it's fine to target all of us. And that is wrong. It's not the way the police should be with the car scene. Not the way whatsoever. Now, that itself is a bit of a joke, but we move further into it, we move deeper into it. Now, in that car park, we were doing car limbo. If you don't know what car limbo is, we've got a big set of poles and a pole that goes across, and like a traditional game of human limbo, you'll drive the car underneath at a very, very slow pace to get the car through the limbo. Now, as you can imagine, as the limbo gets lower, people will jump on the cars, lay on the cars. You'll get 5, 6, 7 people cram into a car to try and get their mate's car through the limbo. Now, the thing of it is, I think that, out of all of the activities that take part in a meet, is actually the most amazing, because everyone has a good time, it keeps everyone contained and everyone being sensible. Now, not one person was misbehaving, and not at any minute was anyone in danger. Everyone was lining up and going through very slowly. I've got the video on my YouTube, you also want to see that's part of the meet. They go through very slowly, the people will slay on the car, go through, climb back off. No one is at all in risk of danger. It's very well contained. And you know what, compared to what we could be doing, you know, drifting and racing and stuff like that, I think that's a very sensible thing that we can do. So what the police have proceeded to do, and this is where it becomes a joke, it's fucking out of order, all right? What they've done is, they have used this camera on this big telescopic pole, as you've seen in the video, and they recorded people going through the car limbo. There's one guy in particular who has an MX-5. As you can imagine, the MX-5 had people sat inside or laying on it. Now, you can see in my video footage that I've got that there's nothing obscure, nothing dangerous at all going on there. Now, what the police have made the point to do is, I'm all fine for them to come down, do cars that are illegal, do people that are doing this, do people that are doing that, but to target someone who is doing a car limbo activity, who is causing no harm and no danger to themselves or anyone else, is damn right a fucking joke, mate. There's no word about it. It's madness. So what they've done is they've sent this guy a letter in the post, accusing him of 4 or 5 different offences, careless driving, So this guy's now potentially going to lose his licence, he's going to lose his job, he's going to lose his livelihood. His life is going to be dramatically affected by going through a car limbo at 2 or 3 miles an hour with some people on his car. Now, you know, some people are going to sit there and go, dangerous, blah, 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 blah. And do you know what? I see your point of view, but the fact that they can target this guy who is doing a very calm and courteous and enjoyable activity is just unbelievable. You know, they're meant to be here to be supporting us and supporting the public. Now, what we were doing there had no effect on the public. We're out of the way of the public. It was all very controlled and contained, you know, and it was a great vibe. But I don't like that the police are using dirty tactics and dirty tricks like this to target people, or target whoever they can, for petty infringements. So to you officers involved with that, you're a bunch of imbeciles. And you know what? It's a joke. It is an absolute joke. How can you sit there and target someone who is doing nothing wrong? You know, in their eyes, maybe driving with someone on the bonnet is dangerous, but within, you know, the 3 or 4 meters they've driven at a crawl and the people have got off the car is inexcusable. That is the most insane thing I've seen. And there's people out there, you know, racing and killing people, drifting and hitting people, and where are they? Where are they at, you know? I just think it's warped, and I don't think the police are helping their image by targeting people like this, you know? I just can't believe it. I just think it's a fucking joke, you know what I'm let down by Wiltshire police, by their attitude and the way they've treated this person, you know, who was doing nothing wrong. And I know you can say nothing wrong, it's opinionated, some people, you know, some people might think different, but if I can find the video, I'll put it below here now, you can see it for yourself. So, you know, he's gonna get screwed for that, you know. He's probably gonna lose his license, you know, all sorts of things. It depends how it goes in court. I mean, arguably in court, I don't think they'll get much on him anyway, but it's just crazy. Like, they're just targeting anyone they can, and it's just not right. You know, that is powers and taking them to the extreme, you know, and that's a massive an over exaggeration. Even if, you know, the police went up to approach him and gave him a warning, or said da 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 x whatever they want to say, that would be better than just completely screwing people over. There was other people that have received letters about the meet as well, and other people that were done for various other, you know, I would class petty infringements. It was the people doing the car limbo. So it's like, you can't do anything without the police trying to make money or target us for any reason. Now, on a side note, to sort of pull across from this situation, this is what I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. A group of people could go and block a road, could go and block entry to a business. They can cause a protest, and the police have no powers. The police may turn up, not in very big numbers, you know, and they have to get requests and put things through in order for them to be able to remove people from the road or take responsible action. So what I don't get is a few people can go and block a road somewhere in the UK and cause a massive amount of issues by doing that, and practically stand there for as long as they want until the police get granted access. But the police can come down to us in a car park, having a car gathering, and they can block us in. They can come in and threaten dispersal orders. They can come in and search every car on the way out. They can come in with their camera lorry and do people for petty infringements. Like, what I don't understand is how they can do that to us as a minority, but they can't deal with other bigger issues. So, you know, respectfully, I'm saying the police are not all bad. And I know it seems like on this channel it's always orientated around them being bad, but it's how they treat us as a car scene, as a car community collectively. You know, and fuck the police officer's personal attitudes towards us, okay? If you're a police officer, you know, and you have a fucking problem with a car enthusiast, whatever that might be, you don't like boy racers, you don't like car enthusiasts because you've had a bad experience or you've been beaten in a race, I don't know, don't bring that shit to work. Do you know what I mean? Because by targeting us as a minority, there needs to be a change. And the thing is, the police want to work with us, but how can they be telling us they want to work with us when on the other side they're doing stuff like this? You know, it's dirty, bad tactics, and it should not be happening. So the message I have to take from this video is, this is why you should never trust the police, or at least trust the police if you are a car enthusiast. They're never there for any good reason. You should never speak to police officers at car events. If they ever come up to you and ask you who's running the event, where's it going, who's doing this, you simply do not reply. They are out there to screw the motorist and to screw the car enthusiast, and together we need to stand up for ourselves and stand up for this, because this should not continue to happen. Now, I'm not saying that car enthusiasts are perfect, you know. I've seen countless things at car meets and things which, you know, isn't right. So I think for some of us as car enthusiasts, sometimes we shouldn't think with our emotions, and we shouldn't think with our egos, but maybe more with our heads. Because sometimes ourselves throwing stuff at police cars, people that throw stuff at police cars at meets, or people that are like proper verbally aggressive and violent towards the police and things. I really understand the anger and the pain that people carry towards the police for a variety of reasons, but we've just got to work together, both of us. So I'm not saying car enthusiasts, it's not here to say police are bad, police are bad, police are bad, because they're not. Car enthusiasts are also not perfect, but we need to just find this happy medium. You know, and Wiltshire Police, stop being a bunch of fucking snakes, yeah? Don't come down and tell us that you're there conducting, you know, license plates scans, taking down these license plates, and just targeting the ones that are actually doing the wrong behaviour. Don't bullshit us. And do you know what? I took that, you know, when I asked why you had the regs on that laptop, I took it at face value, you know, and I thought, do you know what, that's fair enough. If they've got the regs on there, it does help them to identify the people that are causing the offences. But by using all those regs just to brush us all off like we're all a bunch of criminals, which, well, some of us might be, but the rest ain't, is wrong. Now, I thank you very much for watching this conversation about why you should not trust the police. Now, there is another guy, there's another police officer on TikTok. This gentleman on TikTok is another guy you should not trust. He's spreading fictitious information on the internet. explaining about laws and giving recommendations that aren't 100% lawful. And again, if you're ever approached by police, him or any other police officer, as a car club owner, that wants to work with you, support you, no, it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. Now, from my experience in previous times of running a meets that I don't do anymore, I just do the media, so I just give my opinion on the internet for everyone to listen to. For me, who used to run meets, and for some recent meets and events that have gone on, the police have turned up and have screwed everyone over. So there's no reason why you should trust them when it comes to being in the car scene. So thank you very much for watching, and just remember, if you're a car enthusiast and you are at car events, do not trust anything the police say to you or ask you, because there is never a good reason why they're there.